they're excited, they want this, and then they're telling me the date that they're going to do it. So I follow up with them, and then they give me every excuse in the book. So, and I'm kind of like, they're always complaining about like where they're at. I'm like, well, this can get you out of that situation, but they're letting fear or something stop them. And I don't know how to get over that. And so I'm a yellow. So I kind of like, okay, I just like let it go. And I don't know where to go from this point on, honestly.
So let's talk about it. So I'm going to be the person, right? And y'all ever heard the song, Don't Save Her, She Don't Want to Be Saved? Yep. Okay. No? Yeah. Okay. And then she says, I want to be saved. At the end, you know what I'm talking about? Okay. But she don't want to be saved. So what you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Joy, you can answer that. What you gonna do?
What's the question again?
They don't want to be saved. So at this point,
I need to find people that really want this. Then I'm wasting my time on all the people that have all these excuses, right?
Point blank, period. And when you take your feelings out of the follow-up, let me switch this. When you take your feelings out of the follow-up, it's a matter of, I have something for you. If you don't want it, it's okay. However, this gift is still here when you desire it. You may not be 69.
Or not. Yeah, I might not be 69.
That's on them, but that's not your problem.
You know,
You cannot stop at 5 people because they showed interest. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think most of y'all, like y'all word for this week needs to be more, because you're not talking to enough people and you're not asking enough people.
And I'm letting fear get in the way. I really am. I'll call it out. I'm letting fear get in the way.
What are you afraid of?
Failing. But I'm not doing anything with myself right now anyways. I mean, right. Look, paycheck to paycheck, it's not enough. And me and my husband are always fighting over money. It's not enough. So I don't know why I'm so afraid of the person saying no or whatever. I just need to just ask. You never know.
Yeah. So how do you put yourself in position to start asking people when you're nervous to do it?
I need to do that 5-second thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, send.
Mm-hmm. You know all the things, but why are you not doing it?
No, I don't know why. I'm so afraid, or what I don't know. Yeah, I have what it takes. I mean, I've lost 157 pounds now. I mean, people are seeing it. So, I mean, why don't I just talk about it? Why am I so fearful of it?
Let's talk about it. Who got something to say? Thank you for sharing that, Joy. How do you get over yourself? Like, how do you go beyond you? First of all, how do you look you in the mirror and be okay with saying, like looking at yourself and saying, self, you being frightful, but 2 Timothy 1:6, that ain't true. Like, do you check yourself? Do you? In the midst of feeling these things that are blocking you from building your business and going beyond, do you check yourself? In the moment. Like today, I'm telling you, I went to my workout, and it's crazy because the day before, I was like, I'm gonna find a new chiropractor. I just was gonna find a new chiropractor. And the day today when I went into the gym, there was like a chiropractor table, and I was like, oh, okay, I've seen it before, but I walked past it before. Actually went to the front desk and was like, how could I get me a table, right, to do a pop-up? So anyways, today it was one girl there, and I decided to stop by, and I was like, I'm gonna talk to her. So I talked to her, and yeah, she had some popping lashes. Like, her lashes was bought and they was real. And so just having conversation with her, and just let her do a free assessment on me, and we just started talking. She was like, well, what do you do? And it's just in those moments, God will present opportunities, and you have to be steadfast enough in what God has blessed you with that you're willing to do it no matter what you feel like. And I kept thinking, and granted, I've been doing this for a while and I've had a lot of success in the business, but I kept thinking about how this girl is working for a chiropractor company, and she just graduated with a a bachelor's in nutrition, and she's a personal trainer. And she already takes supplements. Now tell me why I know all of that. Because I ask questions. I compliment and I ask questions. I compliment and I ask questions. By doing that, I'm able to give them what they need. Somebody said to me today, I did a follow-up for the tea, and she was like, I really appreciate your hustle, but this is beyond my budget. And I was like, to be honest, it's not about a hustle. It's about me helping people get this tea. But go ahead, can you put up a post for me on your wall? You know what I'm saying? Like, when people feel uncomfortable, you have to not allow, you have to put yourself in a position to where you don't allow their discomfort to come off on you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I know who I am. I know what I do. So if it makes you uncomfortable for me to do what I do, that's not my issue. Now, I'm going to be compassionate about it, but that's not my problem. And that doesn't take away my value in what I do because of one person. I always said this, like, if somebody can change your mind, did you really have your mind made up in the first place? If somebody can say, oh, that rap don't work, you'd be like, oh, do the rap work? I don't know, do it work? Is it like a 95% or something? Like, no, somebody tells me the rap didn't work, I said, well, boo-boo. It's you, it's not the rap. Like, it's not the rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be so confident in knowing that there's something that may need to be tweaked within their body for the raps to work and produce the results that they need. But it's not that the rap doesn't work. So it's the same thing when people come to me about the business. Oh, that didn't work for me. No, you didn't work it. It's just like saying, oh, the gym don't work for me. No, the gym works. You just go to the gym once a year and think you're going to have abs. Like, it don't work like that. People are like, oh, you look good, Rachel. It's like, I take my supplements inconsistently consistent, and I work out about 5 days a week. I'm not out here just, granted, but even before I started to work out, the products still work if you take them. That's why when people not giving results, I'm like, you don't take these products at all. Because I only take them, I have my moments when I'm taking about 4 days. Well, coffee, I don't miss that. I just don't miss that. But the other products, like hair, skin, and nail vitamins, and it's like, Rachel, your hair. And it's like, yo, if you knew how inconsistent I was with my hair vitamins, ain't no way you taking them at all. The fact you have no results. Y'all get what I'm saying? So let's dig a little deeper into these codes. Who else wants to be brave, and maybe you can help Joy with overcoming the fear? Who else gonna share about it? Codes. Who hasn't used their codes? Let's talk about it.
So
here we go.
I've used one, and honestly, I had gotten the moment, and it was like for like 12 hours, but you know what you can accomplish in 12 hours. So for like 12 hours, I had hit this like slump, and I was questioning myself as far as like when I bring in people and things like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I use this other code, but like, dang, these other two codes, I'm reaching out to people I've talked to before, and I had hit a moment where I was scared to build new relationships, which for some reason, I don't know why I was scared to do it, because I talk all the time, but it was because I felt like these codes were so crucial, and I changed my complete mindset as far as like me using them. I was so focused on like, this is what I need, instead of thinking about the needs of the people that will be joining me. I was getting selfish with it. And instead of me thinking like, what can this do for them? I was thinking like, okay, so who can I fit on my chart? And I had to snap back into reality. Like, it's not about me. Like, it's not about me at all. So I really had to get that whole selfishness thing out the way.
So how do you stay in a posture, and this is for everybody, but you can answer, how do you stay in a posture of servitude and being humble in terms of who you're called to serve?
I reflect. I think about different things, even stuff as small as me being humble because there are certain bills I've never had to pay before. And there are other people, you know, who are going through that. And I remember to keep inside myself, like, I love doing any type of service, like, period. It's just something I just really love to do. That's something I stand on. So I had to put myself back in the mindset of like, if I love doing that, why wouldn't I relate it to my business? Like, I'm providing like a service or a mentorship, pretty much introducing people to a ministry, because that's what the business is. It's a ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to, again, like, change my mindset and remember to keep my place in a position because of what it's done for me so far and what I know it can continue to do for me in the future.
Yeah. So I guess my thing is, when you look at these codes, like when y'all look at these, I'm trying to think of how to say this. When you look at when I see a potential code, first of all, it's not I only have 3 codes, okay? There is an abundance here, okay? And you have to have an abundance mindset. So it's not like, oh, she can't have my code, but she not gonna work. She can't have my code, but she said she ain't run no out of ship. She can't have my code. Like, that's not how this works, y'all. You sign whoever, okay? Sign them. They get 3 codes. Push comes to shove. You log into that. Well, I'm not recording this. But you ask them if they decide they're not going to work. And you get their codes. Because when they sign, they get 3 codes. Do y'all get what I'm saying? There is no lack of codes here. You get to work with them on $150 shopping spree and you $150 bonus. And they get 3 codes. So they can go Ruby right away. You have to have an abundance mindset. Like, you have to go above and beyond. You can't have a lack mentality. And it's great to go ahead and reach out to, y'all should have a list of people who you've talked to before about the business. But how about you reach out to the person that you think that doesn't really need it? And just say, hey, this is really weird, but I just keep getting a pull that I need to ask you if you ever considered extra income. Why? How can we shift our perspective for you to understand that you, whoever or however you came into the business, but me, I always think about, if I was never invited to the party, I was signed because of a rap party. Where would my life be? Oh, Desiree, we need to talk about that, because that might just be a 3-way call. Because you got to think, people have that, oh my God, freaking out moment. And that's okay. You guys have to stop running from opposition. Opposition is okay. That's just a part of life. People do things and get scared all the time. Was it on here that we was talking about taking tests? Did I talk to y'all about that? When I talked about taking tests and your heart beating? No? Okay, let me go through it. So when you are about to take a test for class, well, I don't know about y'all. Let me speak for myself. So as I was in college, before I took tests, I cared about my grades, even though I didn't study. I was not a studier. And if I studied, I probably would have been summa cum laude, okay? But I didn't study. I would go to class. I was a note taker and an audible learner. So when they talked in class, I would take notes, and then I may or may not look at my notes, and that's how I took my test. Like, it was awful. But that's how I used to do school. So before I would go in and the test, especially if it was a test that was like a high percentage of my grade, like, I would get the bubble guts. Like, I was nervous. Like, I was nervous because I wanted to do good on the test, right? It's the same thing when it comes to this business. When you're trying something new, It's frightening. The only thing is in school, you either gonna sink or swim. You either go take the test, fail, go up. You can go up, beg for extra credit or whatever because you care about your grade. But at the end of the day, you have to perform. And this, they sink or swim. And sinking or swimming means quitting or going. But because there is no investment out, this is why you always have people invest in their own business, right? This is why you never, because you want them to have their own investment in it. Because I'm like, listen, I spent $100, I should spend like $300. If I spend $300, guess what? I'm gonna make that back. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna at least make my coins back. I ain't stupid, right? So you want them to have their own investment, but you have to know that even when, have you ever, so nervous to take your test, and then you get your test back and you got an A, and you're like, oh, good. Oh, I got an A. Like, I was so nervous. It's the same thing when you start a business. But if you don't have somebody there to help you overcome that opposition and those fears that you take, those fears that you have, then what? They're gonna quit. They don't have any support. You're their mentor. You're a mentor. So when you have people who desire to quit, you have to be able to lean into that discomfort and not run from it. Man, like, what's going on? Well, I didn't reach out to all my friends and family and they're not supporting me. It's like, that sucks. Like that. Does it suck? It does. You can say that. That sucks. But here's what we're going to do, because your why is far beyond your friends and family. So this is what I'm willing to help you do as long as you're willing. Instead of running from it like, okay, well, if you're quitting, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, or even me, I'm like, hey, well, what product do you love? Okay. Because I would love to. The distributors can make the best customers. And they don't have to come in and run. Everybody's not going to be a runner. They can come in and run an auto ship and sign one loyal customer a month for 10 years and take care of their customers. Guess what? That's residual money for you. So you have to learn how to be nice to everyone. Because running an auto ship and falling in love with a product may be all that somebody does, but you'd rather them do that than cancel their account. And now you're not getting nothing from them. Y'all get what I'm saying? So you have to put yourself in a position to where, like, for real, like, being able to meet everybody on their own level. But then also, this is why in 2017 I prayed for discernment. So if y'all haven't prayed for discernment, y'all need to do it. Because God will tell you who to fall off of and who to push. Because I asked permission. So if I have a conversation with somebody and be like, hey, can I be honest with you? Because at the end of the day, I'm going to give you the straight up no chaser how it is, and you're going to decide what to do with it. But I would be a bad mentor if I wasn't honest with you. Y'all hear me? But then at the end of the day, how can you be honest with somebody else when you're not honest with yourself? I'm afraid to sign distributors because I think I'm gonna jack them up. Well, jack them up. How you? They grown. We ain't dealing with no kids. If they jacked up, it's because they allowed themselves to be jacked. Your job is just to do the best that you can. What's wrong with that? Do the best that you can. And keep doing the best you can, as loud as you can. Like, there's no such thing as perfection. If you're struggling, 9 times out of 10, the people that you're reaching out to, they're struggling as well. And your vulnerability in the fact that I have hope and I have 5 ways that I can make money. Now I was telling the girl today, I have to reach out to her as soon as I hop off and I was talking about you today. But I was telling her today, I was like, one thing I love. So she was like, oh, well, your business must be doing really well. She's like, did your husband work? Or I said, because I was like, I got to go because my husband, he at home and he's going to be like, listen, where my wife at? Because he owns these kids. And she's like, oh, like, what does he do? And I was like, no, we both did the business full time, but he's a full-time basketball coach. And she was like, oh, wow. And I was like, I think the thing, I said, I've been a top income earner for 6 years. And I said, the thing I love the most about being a top income, she's like, oh, that's awesome. Like, pretty much like, making more money. And I was like, to be honest, like the thing that I love about being the most about being a top income earner or being named as a top income earner is that the people in the top have to be helping other people in order to be up there. So it's just a testament to the people that I'm actually helping follow through on what it is that they're taught. Because I'm sure I help more than top 75. You know what I'm saying? I know, I ain't even know sure. I know I have. But it's the follow through. And so for me, it's the challenge of helping people follow through and overcome the adversities that are before them in order to see their own success. And she was like, oh, wow, that's like a great perspective to have. So I just let her know off top, I ain't trying to get you to join so that I can make some coins off you. I'm trying to get you to join so you can change your life. It's a perspective shift. But I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I got a feeling. Actually, drop in the comments how long you've been in business. How long you've been in business? And I know there's a large range. A large range. 4 years. Yep. 2.5 years. 5 years. Yep. 14 months. Okay. 6 years. Yep. 2018. Okay. 2 years. 1 year. 2 years. Okay. A year and 2 months. Okay. A year. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. When you've been in this business for, first of all, everybody who's been here, why are you still here? I know what this can do for me. Okay. Yeah. I'm listening. I work with this business as I can have, won't quit on my family because I believe the products work. I just need to work the business, not the faith. Yep. Because I know what this business can do for me and that a 9-to-5 isn't an option. It can help me achieve my goals. Yes, leave it work for the business. I like that because I like it. Okay. I like that. My son is my why. I lost 51 pounds. Okay, congratulations. I need some more for my life. Yes, I want to quit teaching my job. Okay, let me tell you guys something. So who in here, let's say this, drop in the comments, who wants to do this business full time? There's a difference. Like you just want to make extra income, get out of debt. And then who wants to do this business full time? Okay. For those of you guys, and this is just in all honesty, if you want to do this business full time, there is some soul searching that you need to do for you first. Okay? How many of y'all, and you don't even got to answer me, okay? I just want y'all to reevaluate this for your life. Because going into this is like a big season, y'all. And the only reason that you're not signing people is because you. The Y-O-U, okay? You. So, soul searching. How many of y'all make y'all bed every single day? You ain't got to answer. Just, you know what? Write this down on a piece of paper. How many of y'all? Yep. So number one, that's number one. How many of y'all go to bed with dishes in the sink? How many of y'all brush your teeth at night before you go to bed? How many of you guys work out? How many of you guys get up before everybody in your household? Your habits are screwing you. You don't have any, but you think you're about to build a business full time. And if you have one, you haven't kept going to build on the next step. And you don't have to have a gym membership. Go on a walk. Like this is not about spending money. It's about discipline. How many of you guys actually use your calendar? How many of you guys tell your time where to actually go? How many of you guys are okay with saying no? How many of you guys, when people say, hey, let's go, you say yes? How many of you guys need to clean your house right now? Do you know if your house is a mess, your mind is? How you do one thing is how you do everything. And I promise y'all, hands down, that is true life. Which is why I don't allow my feelings to run me when it comes to anything. Anything. I just ask for strength. I just be like, God, help me. I got 3 boys and a husband. So, and a dog. Okay. Sugar's a girl though. So at the end of the day, like I mean, they're boys. Okay? And so every time I tell them about something that they should have picked up, I just have to lead with gratitude. And as I lead with gratitude, because I don't have to have a husband, I don't have to have a son, I don't have to have any of my kids, I don't have to have a house, I don't have to have a car, I don't have to have gas, I don't have, like, there's so many things that I don't have to have. And if you lead with gratitude, especially when it comes to your business, first you got to start with you first. And this is the thing, like, the thing ain't gonna tell you, because they want you to grind, and you should be grinding, you should be getting into it, you should be talking to all the people in the world. But at the end of the day, if you don't check yourself first, even if you get it, you're gonna lose it, because you don't have enough discipline to keep it. And you're gonna look at your team because you're tired, like, what y'all doing? No, you should be still doing the same things. Y'all get what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you fighting for something that, I mean, y'all just tell me if this resonates or not. I mean, just be honest. But you're fighting for something that you don't appreciate. Yeah, I told my team today, I said, prepare for what you plan, prepare for what you're praying for. We have prayer every Wednesday morning. And been doing it for, I want to say like 2 years now, maybe, I think. Why are y'all praying for some stuff that you ain't ready for? You gonna go diamond for what? What do you do with your money now? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying don't go diamond, like go diamond, but prepare for what you're praying for. I want to spend more time with my husband. Well, spend more time with your husband. That ain't got nothing to do with the business. Set you aside 10 minutes a day where you and your husband just go in a room with no phones and just look at each other. If you really want to spend time with your husband, you'll do it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be working full time to sit 10 minutes and just look at each other's eyes. I bet you that'd be more than enough time. Be like, you're weird. Like, why are you staring at me? Okay. Or he might kiss you. I don't know. Like, who knows? Instead of being in your feelings and focusing on the things that are not going the way that you are, I promise you, if you lead with gratitude, your spirit will be so much better when you're reaching out to these people. You're miserable. Why does somebody want to join your business? You're thirsty. Do y'all know what that means? That's everybody knows what thirsty is, right? I be having to make sure it's not St. Louis terms. Y'all forgive me. You're thirsty. Like, you're legit. Like, you are not tapped into a well that doesn't run dry. And when you tap into a well that doesn't run dry, it's so crazy, because I was actually about to do Woman Crush Wednesday on Woman at the Well, and I remember that we already did her. But yeah, she tapped into a well. She tried everything, multiple men, like so many things to find happiness. But at the end of the day, when she found Jesus, she could not believe how fulfilled she was. If a well doesn't run dry, that means every time I pour, I can get water, right? And if I can keep getting water from this source, I'm not looking to my husband to give me water. I'm not looking for my kids to give me water. I'm not looking for my friends to give me water. Your validation is nice, hashtag nice, but not needed. Like it is nice, but it's not needed in order to sustain me, in order to sustain my business, in order to keep me afloat, to keep me motivated, inspired, you know? Like I don't need that if I'm getting that from the well that doesn't run dry. I don't need you to tell me that I'm doing a good job working out. It's nice. I appreciate it. But if you don't tell me that I'm killing it, I'm still going to the gym tomorrow. If my husband doesn't tell me he likes my food, I'm going to still cook him dinner because that's my husband. If my kids leave stuff all over my floor and I'm going to go upstairs and my whole couch, because they just tore up my whole living room, as long as I have strength in my body, I'm going to still clean my living room up before I go lay down. If I go in my room in the morning and Brianna and the boys got out the bed and my bed ain't made, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to still make the bed. So I think some of y'all need to check yourselves and clear your minds and really be grateful for what it is that you have so that you can be willing. I think it'll flow into your business. Do you get what I'm saying? It will flow into your business. So at the end of the day, like I think about it all the time, like I want God to bless me abundantly, right? I want more, I want multiple houses, I want multiple offices, multiple cars. And it was just like, I remember one day, like right now, we are, of course, in the process of going debt free, but I want a new vehicle. And it was just like, okay, well, what if we went to the dealership or somebody bought you a new car today and was like, here, give me your car. Are you prepared to hand that car over? Like, is your car clean? If somebody's right now blessed you with a house, can you move? Or is your house a hot mess? If Cammy came and wanted to stay at your house, would you be like, oh, I gotta clean up? Or do you clean your house? Some of y'all faces is saying hashtag ouch. I'm sorry. You can't even focus on signing some distributors. Because you itching. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all gotta get y'all lives in order. And it's not gonna be together. So please don't get yourself in the mindset where you just like, oh, I just can't do nothing because I just got my life is a hot mess and I can't. Like, that's not an excuse for you not to work. It's some of y'all need to call. We've talked about this. Y'all need to call and cancel your cable. Like, stop sitting down and watching TV. You cannot, millionaires don't watch TV. They read newspapers and magazines. They don't even know. It's crazy. I was talking to somebody at the basketball game last night, and I was like, do you watch Botch? She was like, oh, no, I don't watch TV. I said, girl, me neither. But I was like, I didn't even know who he was, if I could just be completely honest. But I was like, I'm going to pull at your heartstrings to get you to go to the skincare line of your skin looking on Williams. I can help you out. But y'all know what I mean? Like, I'm telling y'all, the caliber of the person, that's somebody I want. She don't watch TV already. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of person that I desire. I was like, you speaking my language. Ooh, who got something to say? What's going through your heads? Good. Get rid of it, Courtney. No, I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to tell you, if I had no kids, clean. Yep. Do you know how much more peace it'd be in your house if your husband came home to a clean house? He'd be like, Zing, what happened to you? To be honest, y'all, like, and this is where it goes to that whole take a day off. And granted, you shouldn't, I may or may not, but what I used to do is on my schedule, I would like I would have a time after my Jesus time before I took my son to school that I would pick up around my house. So I would schedule it, I would schedule it. Courtney, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Your kids will do what you allow them to do. That's a whole nother conversation. There's so many things that I don't allow my son to do. So you'd be surprised. Get them some books, take them to the library. Like, listen, come into my world. I need to hear from y'all. What's up? What's going through y'all minds? Who got something to say? Who brave enough to say something? See, currently cleaning my house. You was talking to me tonight. Ooh, yeah, it's very true. They barely watch them, man. It's my daughter. Oh, that's so cool. Do you know how much better you would feel if you have you ever? Okay, let me use this example. Does anybody feel more energized when you're in a hotel room or when you're in? Do y'all get what I'm saying? Where you're in this clear, clean space, crisp sheets, like how you just feel so like, oh, like, right? And you come home and it be like, oh, Jesus. Or it puts you in a place of just laziness. It's all mental. So you have to learn how to trick your mental, which is why I remember back in the day, Kim used to say she used to switch her room up, her house up all the time to maintain the newness. It's mental. Any questions before we get up off here? Tell me what y'all gonna do. How about that? Was this helpful? What are y'all gonna do? Cause y'all looking real like.
Can I say something about the cleanliness
of
your house? I just want to speak on this real quick because I just went through this like about a week ago, actually right after conference. I went to conference expecting to hear from God on something that I was babysitting a baby for 9 months that was not mine to help somebody out. And every day I was getting flustered and I was frustrated because I couldn't work my business like I wanted to because this baby was very needy. Well, when I came back from conference, I was ready to tell her mom, like, I need to give you time. You need to take your daughter. You need to find her somewhere else because I need my peace. My mental was so exhausted because of dealing with a 9-month-old that was very needy. But as soon as like I removed her from my home and I got my house back in order, it made such a different feel in my environment, my energy, the way I could work my business, just everything. Like it does make a world of difference when you clean that space. Not that my house wasn't clean, but with the baby stuff that doesn't belong here and just everything, it was not my personal space. It wasn't my zone. So I just wanted to say like that it's super important that we have that clean area, that space that we can just kind of breathe and kick our feet up when we're working our business and enjoy it. That's all I wanted to say.
That's so good. No, that's true. That's good. Kudos to you. That's awesome. All of that joy. Oh, go ahead.
Hey guys, so Rachel, everything you're talking about is so true. I actually want to share a book that I purchased about 1.5 years ago. It's by Terry Savelle Foy. It's called Declutter Your Way to Success. And she talks about that very same thing. I mean, you have chapters in there that's saying the laundry basket law of success. What does your space say about you? Even making money with the clutter that we have in our homes. So definitely, this is a great read. It does come with here it is. It does come with a workbook, so you can actually schedule the areas that you want to clean, and you're making a list of everything that you want to do. And she doesn't talk about like doing this for the entire day. Set your timer for 20 minutes for the day and just knock that thing out and move on. Do what you got to do, and then move on to the next thing. But I'm telling you, this is really good.
That's so good. That's true. You don't really need that much time. And just thinking like the consistency of it all like if you're consistent, the consistency compounds. So it's just doing it every single day. If you do it every day, don't you think your house will be clean? And when you do laundry, yeah, this is something that, pray for me, these 3 boys figuring out. When you do laundry, you have to sit down and do the entire thing. Like you don't do half. And it was so crazy because I went to, I think I did a live about this. I went to the laundromat to wash our comforters. And I was like, dude, having a washer and dryer in my house has made me lazy. Like when we went to the washing machine back in the day, like who used to go to not the washing machine, the washing, what do you call it? What is wrong with my mind right now?
Laundromat.
Laundromat. What the heck? Oh my God.
Wash out.
Ooh, okay. When you went to the laundromat back when you was a kid, like you sat there and you would do like half the day there. You washed the clothes, you waited for them to dry, and then they had to be folded before you went home, right? And so why some people might, include myself, might need to go to the laundromat so that you can develop better habits, because certain things have made you lazy. I think about it now, like even when it comes to meal prep for me, like meal prepping for my entire family and putting it in containers, because convenience, their food, ordering out, like that type of stuff has become way too convenient. Maybe you don't need the Amazon Prime and you need to take your butt to the store so that you can be mindful of where your money is going. That's also an opportunity to blitz people and talk to more people and be outside of your comfort zone and interact with the people that God intends for you to interact with. Pack lunches, exactly. So yeah. Anybody else? I know it's the stuff that people don't want to hear about. I get it. It's the stuff that you don't want to do. It's like, girl, I'm gonna hire somebody to clean my house and your house. We ain't gonna talk about that, but fine. If you're gonna hire somebody to clean your house, then you really need to be beasted, like beast mode. But I think because you're in this business that you have a desire for your money to go to more places than just somebody cleaning your house because you nasty. Okay, I'm just saying, because you don't want to pick up after yourself. So, and I'm not saying y'all nasty. I didn't get that. Yes. But you'll feel so much better. Like I'm telling y'all, you will feel so much better. And then you'll be able to sit down and send 100 messages. And you'll be so excited. And you can invite people into your house. And then you'll be like, oh, man, not my house. Like, no, clean your house. Like, wash your dishes. Go to bed. You know. All right, being vegan, not have very many options makes me get out and buy groceries and cook all the time. Yes, I'm embarking on that world. Yes, I agree. Yep, because you want that fresh vegetables and fruits and things like that. All right, anybody else got anything else? I'm excited for you guys. I really am, and I think the biggest thing when it comes to these codes, y'all, is just more, and also like just talk from your heart. And at the end of the day, don't beg anybody to do anything. It's not about begging. It's about changing their perspective to know that this is the answer, not a problem. This is the answer, not a problem. So people who are saying that I'm just so scared or I don't know anybody, it's like that's the whole point of you saying yes to something like this so that I can help you and coach you through it. But you have to first believe in who you are and your ability to help people succeed. But first of all, get yourself together. Like, y'all, get yourself together and prepare for what you're praying for. Like, y'all, we in the health and wellness business. If anything, you should be going on a walk at least 3 days a week. 3 days a week. Come on. Like, dude, ain't no way you should be eating a little something better. Like, for me, like, when it came to It Works, like, It Works and the natural products made me want to be better. Like, it made me want to be better. Like, even now, I did a live. Like, we've been switching to, we've been half and half. So half on natural products and half of some of the other stuff that we were still using. But I'm completely transitioning my household to all natural products because that's what we're taught, and I want to live for a long time. You know, it was crazy. And I'm gonna say this, and then we'll hop off here real quick because I got another meeting in 6 minutes. But there was there's a training for it works in 6 minutes too. But I was telling somebody at a Monday meetup with my team, and my great grandmother died of cirrhosis of the liver, and I remember, and my father passed away, and it was unexpected, and he dealt with substance abuse. And I remember when I was 21, I was afraid to turn 21 because I knew I had no self-control, and I was already drinking. And I was like, well, when I'm able to just go in the liquor store, like, I'm going to be out here bad. And I'm telling you, somebody was praying for me, like legit. Somebody was praying over my life, because when I turned 21, I mean, granted, I kept drinking, but I drank more at the bar than I did buying bottles, you know? And I think the biggest thing for me is with the knowledge that my great grandmother died of cirrhosis of the liver, my grandma never drank. Because that's smart. My mother died because of drinking and what it did to her body. I want to be alive for my family. Why would I drink? So me now, with my knowledge and wisdom, I want to be alive for my family, my great-grandmother that took her out. So that's in my lineage, and it wants to take me out too, which is why alcohol has always been a thing for me, right? So with that knowledge, why would I drink? So think about your life right now and the things that are trying to take you out when it comes to fear, or like things that run in your family that are trying to block you and take you out. Like, let's just say it's fear. Like, your mama's scared, everybody's scared, like everybody, they live in a fearful life. Y'all know exactly what that looks like, right? Penny pension, debt, whatever. If debt runs in your family, why do you keep spending money? You ain't got no money. If you in debt, do you know you ain't got no money? Like, every time you spend money, you're going more into the negative. But can you surround yourself and can you say, I will be the difference maker? Can you say that? I will be the difference maker. And of course, God's grace is sufficient. I always tell people that, like, his grace is always sufficient. But can you be smart enough to do something different? And so in this moment, if you think that, you know, like, well, I'm not signing people, or I'm afraid, or I don't know what to do. And to be honest, at this point, you ain't got to know what to do. You just open up Connect every day after you sign them and send a message in Connect. Y'all know that? They like preset messages for y'all, for us. So put yourself in a position right now to where you're going to get up, you're going to live this life that God intended for you. You're going to fight back. You're not willing to be a coward. You're not willing to back down no more. You are amazing. And you saying these affirmations, you better start believing them and put some scripture behind them so you have some power behind the things that you're saying. That's all. Come on, use your Bible for the power that's within it. Start saying these things and mean it, and speak life over yourself. And then get up and do something about it. Put yourself in a position to where if you got to stand up and send your messages, or you got to send voice memos and be like, listen, girl, I'm scared, but I know that this business can be amazing for you and I want you to rock with me. That don't work? All right, go to the next person, try something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep going. Keep going. By next Wednesday, everybody coach should be gone. Period. I'm going to pray we don't hop off here. Y'all can do this, man. Get it together. Man up. Woman up. It's going to be great. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, God, we're grateful. We're grateful for, you know, we say this is a place for healing. And so, God, my prayer today is just that some people have experienced the release, even if it was just one person. God, I'm just praying that this release is what catapults their business to the next level, that they just understand that as they declutter their lives, declutter their minds, as they begin to be grateful for the things that they have in their lives, whether it's their spouse or their kids or their home, their car, God, and as they begin to take care of these things, as they prepare for the abundance that you're bringing, God, I'm just praying that, that you just provide healing in those places, God. We know you're a gap filler. And so in this moment, the places where they're filling the gaps, where they're filling the holes in their life, I'm praying that you fill those gaps and that you give them supernatural strength in order to go above and beyond, to do what it is that needs to be done in order to be successful and teach people to do the exact same thing. We cast down the spirit of fear. We cast down the spirit of pride, of negativity. We cast down anything that is coming against every individual on here. We just praise you in advance for victory. We know victory is already won because of the God that we serve. So we just praise you. We adore you. We love you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, guys. You know what? For those of you guys who are on here, if you have something that was just really pressing that you didn't want to share tonight, that something just really stuck out to you, feel free to message me. I'd love to hear it. Do you have some, Joy?
Yeah, thank you so much. I needed that. Like, I've had this pile of clothes in front of me and I need to just get rid of it. I don't need it. I lost 150 pounds, so bye. I'm not going back. So why am I going to keep it?
All right.
I got to make some money now, you know?
Yeah, make money off the clothes. All right, yeah. Bye.